All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Victory Nation team call. It is February 26th today, and today we're going to be talking about how to be a good coach. And that's not just for your challengers that you already have, but also your potential challengers as well. So I'm going to do a screen share, and let's get started, okay? So give me just a second. Here it is. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, so how to be a good coach. And again, a guide to supporting your challengers. It is, again, not just your challengers currently, but also your potential challengers and how to go about it. So first, we're going to talk about the proper steps after a challenger signs up. So you can find all of this information in the Team Victory Nation training site under training and then phase 3 coaching. It will give you all of this step by step, but we'll go over it now as well, just to refresh your memory, or if you've never heard of this yet, then here it is now. So number 1, you're going to be sending them their welcome email. It is just going to give them information about their challenge pack, Shakeology, their club membership, and just kind of the basic run through so they know what it is to expect. When you go to send them their email, the place to find it is in your coach online office, and you're going to go under My Business and then My Customers. And then you'll be able to find them there, and it will give you all of their information, address, phone number, email, and all of that good stuff. Get the email, and then go ahead and email them their welcome email. Another thing I want you guys to do is to also get organized right away. Don't wait. I suggest that you create a folder for each challenger. So what I mean by that, create a folder on your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, wherever, whatever it is that you're using to run your business. And you put their name, the date they signed up, and then you're going to put another folder inside of that folder, and you will have progress pictures, notes, and goal setting and things like that. Because that's going to come in handy later when every week they start sending you your progress pictures and measurements and all of that good stuff. Okay, so that's exactly what I meant with create a profile folder and Shakeology reminder date. So the Shakeology reminder date is very important because once your challenger hits that 3-week mark, you'll want to send them a reminder that their Shakeology order is going to be reshipped within the next week. You know, it's not really something we have to do, but you know, have you personally ever ordered something and then forgot to cancel something when you wanted to? Not saying that people want to cancel their Shakeology, but you just never know. You know, and then you get frustrated because something got shipped again when you didn't want to. So you just want to make sure you remind them so that they have the option to either change flavors or cancel their club membership or even cancel their Shakeology. You know, sometimes that's out of your hands, and it's important to remind people so that they don't get upset. And then also, that's also where the creating of the profile happens. Besides making the folders and stuff, you'll want to write down their purchase date and then what the date is 3 weeks from that time, and that's when you will send them their Shakeology reminder email. You're also going to be able to find that in the team training site. And that should be in the customer letters section. So I believe that's under challengers and challenge groups. And then, excuse me, it should say Shakeology reminder letter. Okay, number 3, touch base with your challenger before challenge group begins. So what that means is, you know, sometimes we will have people place an order like the night before the preseason of the challenge group begins. And, you know, then you don't really need to touch base with them because you're already starting the preseason of the challenge group. So you'll already be actively involved with them. This is more for like if people order like a week and a half in advance and the challenge group won't begin, for a while. So you'll want to touch base with them and make sure like within like 5 days, they should probably receive their challenge pack. Just message them and say, hey, did you get your challenge pack? You know, what do you think? Do you have any questions for me? You know, just things like that, just to kind of keep them up to speed and make them feel loved. You know, we want to make sure they don't feel like they're alone on this journey right from the beginning. Okay, number 4 is you're going to send your Sunday email. What that means is your Sunday email is the email you're going to send the night before the challenge group preseason begins. So what that email entails, it's going to tell them what it is that you kind of expect out of them in order for them to get their results and to get the most out of their journey and their money, of course. You know, it talks about expectations as far as check-ins, you know, that we do progress pictures and measurements and goal setting and how to take those pictures and how to take the measurements. I suggest you go and look at this email. It is, again, located under customer emails in the training site. So be sure to send them those. And then number 5, week email 2. And then, of course, as it goes, week 3 email, week 4 email. Those emails are basically sent once a week, every Sunday during the challenge group. And it's just where you're going to be touching base with them and asking them for their measurements and their photos. Now, there's something I want you guys to know about all of this. I know I'm talking about expectations and things like that you have for your challengers. However, not everyone is going to send you their progress photos. There's also people who won't send you their measurements. And that's okay. You know, not everybody is comfortable with that, and we have to respect their boundaries. You know, not everybody wants to share their pictures. They're just not quite there yet. So don't let that bother you. Know that as a coach, you're not doing anything wrong. This is just totally up to the challenger, and you are simply reaching out your hand and telling them what it is that you're willing to provide if they're willing to take that opportunity. So don't let it get to you if they don't want to share that information. Okay, and then week 5, that will be once the challenge group is over, that Sunday, just send them an email to kind of, you know, review their goals and how they did during the challenge group. And then after that, you're going to add them to a continued group. So I think I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Yes, and a continued group is basically, like, I call mine my graduates group. So everybody who's finished a challenge group, I bring them over into my own private group where it's just continued support and everybody posts and it's great accountability and such. Okay, so here it goes. After the challenge groups. So after the challenge groups, you can start offering them the coach opportunity. Now, I know I've spoken about this before, and when it comes to the coach opportunity, I personally don't think it's for everyone. I don't just invite every single person to the coach opportunity. I know a lot of coaches do, but I don't, because it shows in the end that if I offer it to just anyone and I don't really get to know their lifestyle and their work ethic and if they click with them and things like that, it might actually waste a lot of my time in the end, because I end up dragging their business along because maybe their heart wasn't in it to do the coaching, or they're just not the type of person I was looking for. So I kind of look for people who I feel like stand out. So people who inspire, people who post in the challenge groups often and help motivate others, people who are really moving forward and making a transformation, somebody that I click with. Just look for characteristics and look for things and look for people that you want to have on your team. You know, don't just invite, you know, if you have 6 challengers and only 2 of them participated and the other ones never even messaged you and never participated in the challenge group, I can tell you right now, they probably won't make the best coaches. So just be aware of that. Again, have a graduates group available. So what I did is I created a group on Facebook, and it is only for my personally sponsored challengers. So only for the challengers I signed up with the challenge pack. And yeah, it's really fun. It took a while to get everybody motivated because, you know, you got to give that group time to grow. If you're new, you know, in the beginning, you might only have 3, 4, maybe 5 people in that group, but I promise you it'll grow and people will start posting. And that's where the inspire and check-in daily comes into play. I remember when I first started coaching, I wasn't as actively involved with people after they finished their challenge group as I should have been. And then as soon as I started doing that and checking in daily, it began inspiring those, you know, challenge group graduates. And so they began posting a little bit more. But I still wasn't completely happy with it. So what I did is I started doing a few giveaways. There is nothing more powerful than the giveaway. People get really motivated when they have the opportunity to win a prize or win money or win programs, or that is totally up to you. Win gift cards. It doesn't have to be hundreds of dollars, but the simplest things, like my first giveaway was a program. It was P90X. And then I just did another giveaway of the 21 Day Fix Cookbook, Fix It. So it's just fun and it gets people rolling a little bit and keeps everybody kind of motivated and all that good stuff. So, and then I personally continue weekly check-ins as well, if they want to. So when I do their week 5 at the end of their challenge group, what I do is I ask them, I say, hey, you know, do you want to continue checking in with me every week? You know, that is something I offer. And, you know, we can continue to set goals once a month. I usually do. And then we'll also do progress pictures once a month, but I'll check in with them every single week. There's just something about somebody there to talk to, and it kind of reminds you, like if you fall off the wagon, like, you know, I step in and I talk to you on Sunday and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, this is why I started and this is why it's important. And Daphne's really helping me stay accountable and things like that. So I think that's very important. Another reason it's very important is because it is a great thing to offer when you give people the opportunity to get a challenge pack. There's something very powerful about being able to tell people that your coaching, number 1, is free, and number 2, you will be around for as long as you know, for as long as they need me. So that's a very powerful thing. If I were to just say, hey, you know, we run 30-day challenge groups and we'll check in with each other for a month and that's it, you know, I would be a little less likely to sign up as a challenger. But when I tell you that without a doubt, I will be here until the end, I will watch you achieve your health and fitness goals and be there to hold you accountable and lead by example and do all the things we just talked about, it really puts it into perspective for them, because where else can you go where a coach will do that for you unless you pay them big, big bucks, okay? So that's why I follow through with that. All of the things I'm listing here are really, you know, optional, but if you want to be a good coach, if you want to grow a good reputation, I highly suggest that you do all of these because it makes the difference big time. Okay, so let's go over the characteristics of a good coach. So, of course, it's extremely important to lead by example. People are not going to trust you at all if you're not showing that you're doing this with them. You know, leading by example is probably one of the most important things because without it, a lot of challengers fall flat. And I see it happen all the time. And I know that I do my best to lead by example, and I work out and I drink my Shakeology and I do those weekly check-ins. And, you know, one thing I do want to say about that is if you are really dedicating yourself and you're leading by example, you should never ever feel guilty if somebody has a falling out, because it happens. You know, you are not in control of what other people do with their lives, but, you know, you're just here to guide the way and help them as much as you can. You know, you can't slap cupcakes out of their hand because you're not there. You know, you can't look in their kitchen and see what's in their pantry. You know, you can't watch if they're using their containers. So all you can do is lead by example. That's the solid foundation of how you are going to keep them accountable. And then, of course, hold on one second. Of course, believing in the product. And that goes exactly with working on your confidence. To be a good coach, confidence is everything. People love to be a part of something where somebody feels confident because they want to be there with you. And when it comes to believing in the product, that's where it comes down to using it every single day and being proof that this works. And in that process, because if you are not leading by example and you're not using the products, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get insecure. You know why? Because you're going to feel like you're just selling stuff. And that's exactly what we don't do at Beachbody, okay? We share our journey and we share what works for us. And that's what builds confidence. It's the entire package, it's knowing that what you're offering is something people cannot live without. This is for everyone. This is going to make you healthy. This is going to make you happy. This is going to make you confident. That's how you need to feel. It shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I wonder what they're thinking when I'm offering them this opportunity. And, are they going to think I'm really pushy? And it's like, no, if you are confident, believing in the product, leading by example, you shouldn't be feeling that way. You should be feeling that you are doing everyone a favor by presenting them this opportunity. And so when you come across in that way, people will be more confident in investing their money in what it is that you're doing. Okay, so then treat everyone equally. What I mean by that is, people who reject you, people who say no, people who ignore you, etc., you should treat them no different than the people who say yes and the people who commit and the people who say you're doing a good job. Why? Because the people who reject you and say no and all of that and have negativity, those could still be potential challengers or coaches. You never know at what point they are at in their life. And it's important to keep a neutral or positive attitude because you don't want to get a bad reputation in any part of your business. It's important to stay positive. If somebody's really rude to you, you know what we say? We say, bless and release, let them go and let it be. It is not worth it. You're trying to build your business and you are your own boss. So everything that you apply in this business directly reflects how well you do. So please be really aware of that. And again, just because somebody said no doesn't mean it's a no. It just means not right now. So keep that in mind. You don't want to burn any bridges, break any bonds. You want to make sure that you're still in good standing with everyone, every single person. Okay, then of course there is continued training. If you want to be a good coach on any level, you will always have more to learn about everything. So, always look at your resources, always watch team calls, always find ways to grow and become better. You see top 10 coaches, you see the number one coach, they all continue to learn every single day from each other because they know that's what's going to help their business thrive. It's what's going to help people get the best results. It's just something you need to be doing. And then there's recommending the correct program. This is a big one, okay? If you're not going to recommend the right program, chances are they're going to give up because it's not working for them. I personally made this mistake with one individual towards the beginning of my business about 7 months ago. And she ended up telling me that the program was too difficult because her knees, she had bad knees. And I kind of knew that. She told me that. And I was recommending her the 21-day fix, thinking that it would be okay. But in reality, it wasn't. Although, the program does have some jumping and things in it, I thought it would be okay because, you know, it's a lot of yoga and just standing strength training as well. But you got to take those kind of things seriously and be like, you know, if there's any little piece in the program that I feel couldn't fit well for them, I'm not going to recommend that program. For example, something that would have worked for her would have been PIO, you know, something that's a little bit more low impact. And again, that all comes down to getting more familiar with the programs. And, you know, that's something I caught on with extremely quickly, especially after that happened. So I haven't had that problem since. So in order to get some more program training, I think we've talked about this several times, but you're just going to go to your Coach Online office, sales and marketing, other product training guides, and then I believe it's product toolkits. Click on that and it will give you every single program. You'll be able to review anything that it is you want about any particular program at all. So I highly suggest that you go and check that out. So the next one is being genuine, okay? It's so important to be genuine, not just for your challengers and your coaches, but for your own sanity. I mean, come on. You want to have fun in your business. You want to be you. You want to be able to be yourself. That's what makes you special, and that's what's going to help you thrive in this business. You know, we have our templates and things like that, but those are for reference and kind of to get the hang of like what order you should be doing things in and how you should be inviting and how you should be doing this and how you should be doing that. You know, in the beginning, it's great to have that copy and paste system going. But even then, you want to be sure that you make adjustments to that to really make it your own and make it sound like yourself, you know, and then over time, as you go on and on, what I do, there are still some templates that I use, especially for inviting, but I will always add personal things to it. And then there are some times where I don't use it at all because I'm very familiar with the process now. And sometimes it's actually kind of a pain to like copy and paste and then change everything around. So I usually just write it all by myself. And yeah, it's just important to be you and be genuine and don't, you know, you get what I'm saying. Okay, love what you do. If you want to be successful in this business, you have to really enjoy this. You have to have a passion for it. You know, if you're lacking all those things, you're kind of just going to be dragging your business along and you're going to do the minimal of whatever it is that needs to get done. You know, you just got to love what you do. That's it. That's how you're going to get ahead. You know, don't, I'm a firm believer in, of course, money is important in life. You know, we all need a place to live and we need to eat and yada, yada, yada. I totally get it. But what's really going to get you far is passion and drive. Because when you have passion and drive, you don't want to put your business down. You want to keep going because you enjoy what you do. You love changing lives, you know, and that's what it's all about. And when you are at that level where you just want to keep going because you truly love what you do, then that's it. I mean, the well starts flowing. The income will automatically come. If you don't quit and you keep going and you love what you do, there is no end to it, you know, and you will get there. Okay, so do not prejudge people. This is extremely important. When you go to look at people's profiles or talk to people or wherever it is that you're recruiting from, don't prejudge them. Don't look at their like little description profile thing on the side and it says works at Target or whatever. Don't automatically assume, well, maybe they can't pay for this and this and this, or they have 3 kids and also work in a job, so they must not have the time to do any of this. Or, you know, having fear of inviting your friends and you're prejudging them thinking that, you know, what are they going to think about me? This happened to my upline. We were talking. We went to a Super Saturday event and I remember my upline telling me like, oh my goodness, look, I don't remember her name, but she said, oh my God, look, it's Jen or something. It's Jen, and she's a coach now. And then when they were doing recognition, she was already an emerald, and I guess she had just started. And my upline was like, darn it, like I was thinking about messaging her about coaching, but I got kind of afraid because I felt like maybe she wouldn't be interested, and thought I was approaching her in the wrong way because we know each other. And she was just over analyzing it. And then there was her friend sitting in the crowd at a Super Saturday, taking her business serious and as already at being an emerald coach. And she's just like, shoot, I wish I had not prejudged that situation. Don't be afraid. Treat everybody equally. You know, there's no need to guess how well somebody might respond to something. You have to have a clean slate with that individual, because it's not fair to not offer the opportunity to somebody based on something that you might not know anything about. And, you know, for all you know, maybe they are struggling with money and are looking for ways to earn an income. So why would you take that opportunity away from them just by simply thinking they might not be able to afford it? So just really keep that in mind. It's really important. And I think that's what hinders a lot of coaches. And I think prejudging goes hand in hand with fear. I think we create prejudgments so that we can avoid the chance to invite that person to the opportunity. I need you to get rid of that fear and go back to that confidence and passion and leading by example and believing in the product and putting everything together and letting all that doubt go and just accepting everyone. Nobody's left out. Everybody benefits from this opportunity, whether challenger or coach. Okay? And then post with consistency. This is so important in your business because your private messaging, whether that's for challengers or coaches, it needs to match up with your news feed on Facebook or wherever else you're posting. The first thing that people do when you message them, believe it or not, is they go and look at your profile and they ask themselves, is this girl for real or is it all just bull? They want to see how serious you are. They're going to check how long you've been doing this for. And most of the people that say no simply don't think that you're at a level where you take your business seriously. I mean, I'm not saying everybody thinks that way, but I'm sure some people do. They haven't gained that trust with you yet. So if you continue to post consistently for, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a lot of those no's actually start turning into yeses because they see, you know what? Daphne's not giving up. She's getting good results. Her team is growing. I want to be a part of that. That's what it's all about. If you do not post consistently, people will not trust you. You are not selling the program and the products first. You're selling yourself first. You want people to be able to look up to you and be able to trust you and see that what you're doing is something that you're taking very seriously and something that you're passionate about. So it's extremely important that when you private message them, that your PM is up to par with your public posts, okay? Extremely important. So let me get out. Whoops, sorry. Let me stop the share. Yeah, so that's it. You know, I hope this was helpful for you guys. You know, being a good coach is extremely important. It's all about your reputation, and a lot of this has to do with how should I put it? Sorry. A lot of this has to do with my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. Okay. A lot of this has to do too with getting referrals. That's what I was trying to get out. So, you know, if you're leading by example and doing great and showing you're a great coach, you're not only going to get consistent improvements in your business, you're also going to get other people talking to other people and seeing that you're making a change in people's lives, and that you can even get referrals from that and watch your business grow even more. It's a complete package. You can't just do one thing or another. It has to be everything all at once. I know it kind of seems a little bit overwhelming for now, maybe for some of you, but I promise you, once you get the hang of it and you kind of have yourself setting a schedule and knowing when to do what and which, and in which direction you want to take your business, then eventually over time, you're not going to have any problems at all, and everything is going to fall right into place. So if you guys have any questions at all, as you know, you can always PM me, message me, leave comments, all that good stuff, okay? So thanks for being on this call, and I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye.